Carman and Paul Ahnert.
Hey, welcome to Road Less Travel 51. Happy Sunday night. Hey, Brian, how you doing tonight, brother?
Very good.
Doing good? Good. And we're here tonight with Chaz Bond of Biogenesis and Jacob's Dream, and we're excited to hear that there's some new stuff getting ready to be finalized and put out. So, Chaz, how you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. How you guys doing?
Doing good.
Not bad.
Glad to have you tonight. Looking forward to hearing what you got going on. This is our second time having Chaz with us. He was one of our first guests ever, and we're super happy to have him back in our. I guess this is our second season. We're into our second year now, so we're really excited about what the Lord's been doing with the show and everything. So, Brian, what kind of music you got to share tonight?
This one, I was thankful that I was able to buy it from, I guess, Europe, because they ran out of them in the United States. So this is Saints. Actually, it's a bootleg that they made, so it's legal. And it's from their recording. They're not an actual recording session, but a practice session before, like, what is it called? Sorry, I had a brain fart. When you're getting ready to do a show, you get together and
rehearse.
Thank you. I couldn't get practice out of my head. So for a live hookup and a quick mix, this is really good if you haven't heard it, if you can find a copy. And Saint was good before, nothing bad at all, but adding Eli Prinzen made me a fan instantly. So, and then when I first became a Christian in 1985, then I moved to Michigan. And my brother said, "Hey, Brian, there's a guy that says he's a Christian, but he listens to a band named Petra. Hey, can you be a Christian and listen to that?" And so I had a friend give me some cassettes for first thing I did was I went, "You know what I think about?" And I'm like, wait a minute. I don't even know what I believe. I'm going by what the Baptist Church is telling me. So my first concert was Beyond Belief at the Welsh Auditorium in Grand Rapids, Michigan, and I was hooked.
Great album.
Oh my goodness! In live, it's even better.
Yeah, it's a really good album.
Yep, and I just got goosebumps thinking about it because I was supposed to go see Kiss as my first concert back in the day, but I'm really glad that didn't work out so that Petra could be my first one. And then I remember going to Cadillac for the Potato Festival, and there was this weird named band called Bride, and I'm like, oh, I'll check them out. Becomes one of my favorites, and then he's our singer. I mean, that night, if somebody would have told me that Dale Thompson would be singing for me and I'd be playing guitar and writing songs, I'd be like, what are you smoking?
Right.
And here we are.
God is good. All right, so I'm going to start off with probably some faces out there with this one, but this is Holy Soldier's third album, Promised Man. Very different than their first two releases. Yep. New singer, kind of a grunge sound, but does have a very cool Larry Norman cover on it. And a song that resonated with me quite a bit when I first heard it was Mumbo Jumbo. If you waste some time sitting in front of a TV with a remote control in your hand, you need to listen to that song. So good, solid album. If you're into, if you're looking for classic metal, hair metal, because you like Holy Soldier, this isn't it. But if you're do a little grunge, check it out.
Hey, but the Lord said it's okay to hold the controller if you're watching the Buccaneers.
Is that right? Deny the Fallen. Ray Parra is a good friend of the show with his podcast. Is It Wrong? He's been on with us. We've been on with him. This is his other project. He's known for Sacred Warrior, but this right here is another Ray Parra vocal. A little heavier, a little different style than Sacred Warrior, but good, solid metal album. And if you want to travel out to Sweden, I got Harmony, good Swedish power metal, kind of in the vein of Narnia and Rainseed and things like that. Really solid. They've had two different vocalists, but honestly, you can't tell the difference from each album. that they switched vocalists. And we'll probably be talking about this one tonight a little bit and some other stuff coming out from Biogenesis.
You might know them.
So, Chaz, what do you got going on musically this week?
Working really getting into this new album, Hell's Carnival. I know the fans are probably like, man, he's been talking about that for a little while. That's true. But obviously, we went through a lot of changes. We were supposed to have Ryan Robick originally as the guitarist on that album. And then I got Jimmy Ziga, my guitarist now. He came along and he really wanted to do it. And he wanted to be a permanent member of Bio. So we kind of switched gears. We kind of scratched our original plan. So that kind of slowed things down. But once we got into the writing, like a year or so ago, almost 2 years ago. Oh, geez. Life catches up with you fast, doesn't it?
Yep.
Yeah, the writing has been really good. And I've been sitting on a lot of really good material, which, I don't want to say this too much, but in my opinion, I think it's probably going to be our best album. But that's a lot of people think that about their new stuff. So, but I think the production is going to be the best that we've had. Jimmy Ziga is really working hard on it. So it's sounding really, really great. And I'm pretty sure that if you took this album and slapped a big band name on it and it had the same album, but just put this huge name on it, it would probably explode.
Right.
I think it's one of those types of albums. So here's the funny thing. I have a full house here and I love to record alone, right? I like to be by myself so I can really get into the whole vibe of everything when I record. So I have a full house here. There's always somebody here. So there's this garage right across the street from my new house. I live in Pennsylvania now, by the way. I don't live in Ohio anymore. So that's new. And I'm going to go over there and just really get in my own world and just knock the rest of these songs out. Hopefully this album will be out early 2026. That's the goal.
Cool. So what are you listening to this week?
Well, I haven't really listened to much this week, to be honest. Once I get a break from the music, I kind of focus on family and other things. But as I was sitting here talking to you guys, my fiance handed me a couple of albums, and a couple of them are actually mine, which is kind of weird, but oh well, whatever. This one, if any of you guys that are watching, guys or girls that are watching this is my last album with Jacob's Dream. It came out in 2009. It was called Beneath Shadows, and it was a concept album about a guy that had gone through drug addiction and everything, and pretty much lost almost everything until he found the Lord, and it kind of goes. It's pretty powerful stuff. I was very proud of it. If you never heard this album, and like Jacob's Dream, you definitely got to have that in your collection. It's not the most technically driven, musically driven album that they did, but the story is very, very powerful. I guess I'll do another one of mine since we're doing that. Here's the vinyl that my fiance just pulled out. She's like, here, show them this. So this was the Black Widow vinyl version from Biogenesis. This was a couple of records ago. And pretty proud of it, And we're hoping that this new one, Hell's Carnival, will also be on vinyl eventually, but we'll see.
I got the T-shirt, but I couldn't find it for the show tonight. I was going to wear it.
Oh, darn!
Yeah. So I went with this one.
Oh, well, hey, there's nothing wrong with that shirt.
Nope.
That's an album right there that, in my opinion, had it been in secular circles, it could have been like really huge. In my opinion.
Big time.
I think that album, blows away anything from Guns N' Roses or any of those other bands. I think it's right there. I really do. I'm not just saying.
Hey, Chaz, I'm glad you brought that up because I was going through Facebook. I don't know if it was a year or so ago, and somebody did a reference to Guns N' Roses, and Dale commented, "You mean Axl Rose is more like me? I've been doing this for over 40 years."
Yeah.
He blows Axl Rose away anyway.
Yeah, I think Dale has more range, more power,
Yep.
more control, all of those things.
Yeah, and Dale won't drop his mic in the middle of a show and walk out either.
Right, correct. Yeah, he probably won't leave fans waiting for 2 hours for him to come out.
And Dale, is Dale 62? Dale's 62, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, some of the stuff.
And he's still doing.
Is he?
His vocals are very strong for being 62. Huh?
Oh, definitely, yeah.
Uh-oh. We lost you, Chaz.
Are you there? Oh, okay. Can you hear me?
We can hear you, garbled, but we lost your video.
Okay, you can hear me? All right. There I am. Yeah, I don't know what's going on there.
You're a little garbled.
Yeah, now we got like background sounds and stuff.
I got a fan going because it's really hot up here.
Yeah, you sound better now.
Okay, good.
All right, so
we jumped on the Dale Thompson.
So you're talking about and you said about Snakes being, if it was a secular release, I felt that way about Kinetic Faith. Kinetic Faith would have been, I think, through the roof too.
Yeah.
So you're talking about.
Yeah, they were making a lot of really.
What's that?
Mm-hmm. Go ahead. Oh, I was saying they were making some really good, really catchy albums around that time.
Yeah. Yep. There were 3 in a row that were just like, classic, definitive.
Scarecrow Messiah.
Yeah. So you're talking about the new album coming out, and you said it's going to be the best ever. And so, what's different? Is there a different style? Is there a different?
Well,
obviously, it's going to be Biogenesis fans are expecting, and we'll get, I'm sure, a Biogenesis sound.
Yeah, I mean, you're gonna recognize it obviously with my voice and everything. But new guitarist, new writer. He's very eclectic, which is what Bio's always been about, anyways. The last album, Rise of the Phoenix, was very, very heavy and thrash driven. This one is more balanced, like what most Bio fans really, I think, are used to. And I just think the songs are very catchy. They're powerful. They kind of have it all. They have, the hook choruses. They have the catchy rhythm that really catches your attention. Powerful lyrics. So I think it kind of has it all. And I really, really can't wait to release this one, to be honest. I'm looking forward to it.
All right, cool. I'm trying headphones. I'm getting some feedback, and I'm afraid it's my mic. Are you guys getting feedback on my vocal? On my?
I'm not.
Audio?
No, I'm not.
I'm hearing something. I thought it was Chaz. It's you.
Well, I put headphones in, so to clean up mine, so there's no feedback.
I don't hear anything.
Okay.
No.
Cool.
I hear it.
I think it might just be his fan.
It could be. Do you want to turn that off on? Maybe she'll turn off the fan. Maybe that'll help.
Then he's going to be sweating to death. We make our guests suffer.
You just pick it up. Yeah, just pick it up. Yeah. There you go.
This is because we're live and we get all the good technical stuff and
that's better.
work everything out. So excellent.
All right, it's fans off now, so hopefully that helped.
It did.
Cool. It did.
Okay.
Yeah, very good. So where are you at in the process? You said you got vocals to lay down.
Yeah, I mean, I've already done some of them. I usually record. I mean, I'll do a demo early on, knowing that it's probably going to get scratched. But sometimes if I really like something I did, I'll be like, I don't know if I want to change that part, and I'll take that part and I'll keep it, and then I'll do the other things around it, stuff like that. So I got some of that to do, and there's some I'm going to do fully over again, but basically once I get the vocals done, I mean, it's just mixed down time pretty much. The music's pretty much already there, and it sounds amazing already.
Cool. So what's the target? You got a target month for release?
I'm hoping February. It's going to be up to Rocks, obviously, too.
Mm-hmm.
But it depends on what they got going on. But he said probably early next year, so I'm thinking maybe February-ish. We'll say ish for now.
Okay.
You never know how those things are going to go. So.
No, you don't. Because ours was pushed back a couple times.
Right. So yeah, you just don't know, but I think fans will be pretty delighted when I think they will.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I picked this one up since you were on last time, and man, it was one of those ones I could listen to like 3 times in a row.
Oh, thanks.
And that's when you're listening for the 3rd time.
What's the name of that one?
Decadence Divine.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I bought the one, The Rise of the Phoenix.
Okay, yeah.
But that was too heavy for me.
Yeah.
It sounded good, but I sent that to my brother for his birthday, and he loved it.
Yeah. Yeah, Rise of the Phoenix was kind of an anomaly because the guy that I had, which is Tiago De Souza, the same guy that worked with Dale on that other project we were talking about, that's just what he wanted to do. He wanted to write really, really heavy. So I'm like, all right, man, you do your thing and I'll do mine. And I'm proud of it. Don't get me wrong. But I think, really, I really want more balance with Bio. I mean, I like to have some elements of heavy, but I also want to pull back a little bit and have more melody and stuff like that. And I think not knocking the last record at all. And I'm sure fans of like the really blistering heavy, they probably like that record a lot. But A Decadence Divine, the one you're talking about there, I mean, I think that's more of what I think of when I think of Bio, And this album is it's not A Decadence Divine because we don't have a keyboard player like we did then. But I think it'll make a lot of those, the fans of that album, I think, will be really pleasantly like, oh wow, okay, there it is, there it is. That's the sound, that we remember. It's not identical, but it's not too far from it either. So
is it going to be like melodic rock?
Oh, yeah, it'll be very melodic. There'll be moments when it's pretty heavy.
Right.
There's actually a song called "I Hate the Devil," and it's very heavy, but the lyrics are very clear and it's very catchy. And even if you're not into the super heavy, you almost kind of want to go, yeah. And actually on that, when I wrote those lyrics, it's actually about the ministry of Bio through the years, because we'd done so many things. We'd played in all kinds of, I guess what you would say, dark places, whatever, through the years. And that's always been our target audience. And so the song is kind of about, like, the song says, like, I hate the devil and the devil hates me, and I'm talking about how, like, I'll always be a thorn in his side and this kind of thing. It's because that's kind of what Bio has been. Well, then one day after the tragedy that happened to Charlie Kirk, I was sitting there thinking about it, and I'm like, that's really what he was about. That's really what he did. He was not afraid to say whatever needed to be said, no matter what it was, or who was standing in front of him. He didn't back down at all. And I think in some way I want to, like, try to basically dedicate that to him in a way. Even though it was originally about our ministry. So, but yeah, there's a lot on this album that's, there's a ballad, there's there's one song about my fiance actually. So it's not like a slow lovey-dovey. It's not what you think. You'll see. I don't want to give too much away.
I think you sent me a couple of those.
I probably did, yeah.
Because I'm remembering now the one about the devil thing.
Yeah, yeah, I think I did send you that one.
And I want to do something real quick because there's people that might be watching that didn't see Chaz the first time. So real quick, I want to do a plug for my band. We are Resolute, and we have 4 albums. I'm going to just real quick show them. This is the newest one that Chaz hasn't listened to yet. Shame on you. Just kidding. But the reason why I bring it up is not only to let people know about it, but this album looks familiar to Chaz, right?
Yeah.
And you did the second song called Light of Day, which I had with my other band, Otherwise Broken, for many years. And so John and I have wanted to put some songs from Otherwise Broken on there. And I asked Chaz one day, hey, you want to do the vocals? And so he did. Is that why you bought the mic? Is that because you wanted to do that at home?
Actually, I had bought it to do the Rise of the Phoenix album.
Okay.
And man, that was a process learning how to use all that stuff because I'm not a tech guy at all. I'm still that old school guy that, when he thought of video games, he thought about Atari or going to the bowling alley and getting a quarter to go play Donkey Kong. Like I'm always behind. Maybe not that behind, but you know what I mean. I'm an old school guy.
And I need John Mockma, my drummer, so he does all that technical crap and tries to teach me, and I really try to learn. But
yeah, us putting this together before StreamYard was a nightmare. So yeah.
Oh man. Well, I just know how to do the vocals and I know how to send the vocals, and I let other people do all that other stuff. I'm like, okay, Yep. Here you go. You do your magic. You do your thing. I don't know nothing about that mixing stuff. I know when it sounds good, right, but I don't know how to make it sound like that. Like y'all got to do that.
Hey, I'm going to hop into our comments real quick.
Right.
We've got Sean Spicer, an alumnus of the show also, chatting on with us tonight. He says, Chaz Bond rocks. Indeed.
Thanks, man.
And so do you, Sean, by the way.
Yep.
It was great having Sean on a few months ago.
And then some girl named Terry Lynn.
And Terry Lynn says, cannot wait for the new album to be released. It will not disappoint. Hell's Carnival. Thank you for the continued prayers, everyone. And Terry Lynn's kind of an alumnus of the show. She joined Chaz when you were on the first time, and we had you guys both on together. And,
technically, she was one of the first rockers on your show.
Yeah, for sure. So, continue to pray for you, Terry Lynn.
Thank you.
She's 2 for 2 now.
There she is.
2 for 2, yeah.
All right. So, what's been going on with you otherwise, ministry-wise? Anything exciting, anything new?
What hasn't been going on? We've had, her surgery, moving.
Yeah.
Right when we moved here, she had her surgery right after that. So we haven't even had a chance to really try to enjoy or take in the new town or anything like that. It's a beautiful house, but it's just there's been a lot of moving parts with that.
Surgery was bad.
Yeah, surgery was difficult. So thank you for all the prayers and everything. But she's coming along a lot better than she thinks she is. Like we can see it from the outside, but she's still in a lot of physical difficulties and pain and stuff. But she's getting up, moving around a lot better than she did when we first had the surgery. So that's been going on. Man, geez, what else has been going on? There's just so much stuff kind of going on at the same time. Some dad stuff and trying to get this album wrapped up and trying to stay focused on that too, because I know that this, whenever I'm making an album, I know God wants me to do this for a reason, and I got to try to remind myself of that sometimes, because every time I think that I'm just doing this for a fan or for fans or whatever, there's something always, I'll get a letter from somebody or whatever, and I'll be reminded that, oh yeah, that's really why this is going on. This is really why I'm doing this. Even if, 200 people heard you and one person was really moved in some amazing way, it doesn't, or 2,000 people or whatever, you know what I mean? Even if one is affected by it in a positive way, I think that's powerful, because a lot of bands are not doing it for that reason. I'm just saying bands in general, a lot of bands are kind of doing it for themselves or whatever. And I'm not knocking anybody. I'm just saying it's special when you actually have a calling and you're actually fulfilling that calling. It's not always easy to do, as you guys know. And you were talking about some of your challenges over the years, Brian, and it's like, and you still got to get up all the time. And you still got to grab that guitar, and you still got to dig deep, and do what you're called to do in spite of what's going on around you. And I think that's a lot of what I'm going through now, and but it's going to get done. So that's, right now that ministry is really focused on this record, because I think it's really going to touch some people, and definitely, I believe it will.
You definitely got to make notes or something, at least mental notes about your trials you're going through, because there's some good songs in there.
That's right. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. And I think that's what's cool about it too, is, we're human, and, we may have faith, or we it's not all roses and peaches, and you know what I mean? And I think a lot of people that are lost, or, still searching or whatever, they sometimes they think that the people who are Christians, we're all just these people that don't know what pain is, or we don't know what a hard life is, and or whatever, and it's not really like that, So I think when a lot of people say, "Hey, these guys are human," they believe different than me, but they're people. They understand where I'm at, and I think that's where a lot of the people that's what they need. They need to know, to say, "Hey, somebody understands me." They may not agree with everything I'm into or doing or whatever, but they care about me and they understand where I'm at. They don't judge me, but they love me, pray for me, whatever. Anyways, yeah. That's kind of how what I'm trying to do, I think, with the songs.
Well, I think you nailed it right on the head there, because, we focus so much on Christ's deity, and we focus so much on his holiness, and we should, absolutely. But I think what we lose sometimes is his humanity.
Right.
He suffered. He suffered love. He suffered rejection. He suffered pain. He cried. All the emotions that we feel, all the things that we go through, he endured all that. And so,
it's actually on that note, there is a song kind of about that on this album. It's called "The Bridge," and I think we're going to try to release it as a single before the album comes out. A little hint there, but it's called "The Bridge."
Heard it here.
It's kind of talking about faith in a sense, like an invisible bridge. Like, will I cross this bridge and believe, or will I allow my fear to hold me back? That's part of it. But also, basically, the song is basically saying the bridge between man and God is Christ, because you literally have the deity that is both a deity and a man at the same time. You know what I mean? It lived on both sides, and that is truly what gives us that hope and brings it all together, So anyways, just since we were talking about that, I just remembered a song about that on this one that's coming out.
Now, Chaz, when you do finally listen to Full Armor, make sure you listen to "Heaven Draws Near," because it's just like that.
Nice.
When hell breaks loose, heaven draws near. That's one of the lyrics in the chorus.
There you go.
Yeah. So, is there a motif? Is there a specific message you wanted to get out in the album itself overall, or was each song kind of like its own ministry message?
Yeah, the last album was a story and a concept. This one's more like a Decadence Divine. It might be kind of themed a little bit. Man, we live in dark times. Let's face that reality, and we're probably in some part of the last days. I don't know exactly where, but I do believe that we're in that process somewhere. I think the signs are there, so I think we're kind of like the last Mohicans. You know what I mean? We're kind of like we're like those last crying voices, and it's kind of like Charlie Kirk. I mean, his voice was louder because of his platform, but like we need more people like him to stand up and not be afraid to speak the truth, and do it in love. You don't have to judge or hate anyone, but you also can't just cower and pretend like you don't know any better, you know what I mean, or whatever. So yeah, that's kind of the message to me. I hope that people listen to it, and I hope they listen to it with an open mind. And when I say people who are not saved, people that are lost, I'm not here to judge you in any way. I'm human. I'm not perfect by any means, and but here's some food for thought. That's pretty much what it boils down to. But yeah, this is a crazy world we're living in. These are some dark times we're living in, and we can't be afraid to make that known. So
yeah. So where do you think we are? First of all, eschatology wise, where are you at on the spectrum? Are you pre-trib, post-trib, mid-trib, millennial? Where do you fall in that?
well, millennial. Oh, I don't know. Oh, geez, I don't know. I'm just a believer, man. Like I just don't, a follower. You know what I mean?
Rapture before the tribulation, after or mid? What do you think?
I think the rapture hasn't happened yet.
Right.
I'll say that. I mean, when it's going to happen, I mean, no man knows the day or the hour. So
yeah,
I'm firm on that. It could be tonight. It could be right after this interview, or it could be 100 years from now.
Okay, cool. We're pretty much on the same page with that then.
Yeah.
Sure.
I'm pre-trib, so
I'm not like thinking every time there's a sign, it's going to be next week.
Right. Yeah. But it could be. So
it could be.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it absolutely could be. But
we're on the same page.
Yeah. You got
It's nothing to run around being all scared about and paranoid.
Right. No, you just got to go keep marching forward and doing your thing.
I don't have enough room in my little desk area right here, but some friend of mine who's jumping up and down at work, he's a Christian. I go, "What are you doing?" He goes, "I'm rapture practicing."
Oh man.
So we had some clown recently in South Africa set a date, and it came and it went, and then he doubled down on it and set another date, and I think that date came and went now. So hopefully he's shut down from that, and we don't hear any more nonsense from him. But imminence, yeah. I mean, we're definitely, and I agree with you. We're living in dark times. Do you think a lot about like the end times? Like, do you think the Antichrist might be alive and well and living in a world somewhere right now, or do you think it's something down the road yet?
That's a good question. I mean, I kind of was writing about some of that stuff on that album that you got over there a few years back. So, I mean, I don't know if the Antichrist is here yet or not, but I think we've seen a lot of signs, that, I mean, what Paul talked about, how all the changes will happen in the last days of the children will be lovers of themselves, and I see all these things going on, and it's pretty dead on. So it's it's almost like somebody just had a peer into the future and just wrote down what they saw, and
so yeah, and their future was here. We're living now.
Yeah.
The Lord empowers us to do big things where in and of ourselves we wouldn't have that power or that ability to do it. what's some areas for you musically or in the things that you've been involved in that you can remember where you've done things that you probably shouldn't have been able to?
Actually, that album that I was talking about earlier from Jacob's Dream, like the funny thing is, I'll tell you, there's a guy who wrote me and said, man, he goes, I really want to talk to you because you told my life story, exactly what I went through on this album. And he wanted to know my story. Well, here's the funny thing is I never touched a drug in my life, and here I am describing and writing about this person going through all these feelings and it's like to a T exactly how I felt. I shouldn't know that, honestly.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
And that's just one example. I mean, sometimes when I write, I'm like, I shouldn't understand this as well as I do, and I don't really know why and I've noticed God doing that with me in general with my writing a lot. And so that's why one of the reasons why I know that I'm called to do it, because I wouldn't know those things on my own.
Chaz, it sounds like not only do I have a Holy Ghost writer, you have a Holy Ghost writer.
Right. You got it. That's right.
That's a song on our third album. And that's the reason why I wrote it, because you're speaking just like me. I listened to some of our songs and I'm like, how in the world did I write this?
Yeah, right. Sometimes I look back on things, I'm like, wow, yeah.
Yep.
Exactly.
So do you ever go back and listen to stuff that you wrote and think, man, where'd that come from? That definitely came from God.
Definitely.
Yep. I didn't think I was the only one.
If you can think of it later, get on YouTube and look up Biogenesis, I Am the One. That's one of those songs. I wrote those lyrics years and years. I mean, years even before Bio was formed. I wrote them just sitting down with no music in my head or anything. And I don't normally do it that way. I prefer to write the lyrics to the music. The music is there, and then I kind of I fill in the blanks.
Okay.
But in this instance, I just felt inspired to sit down and start writing, right? And I just started writing these lyrics, and it's really from the point of view of Christ, saying, I'm the one that loved you even when you denied me, all these types of things. And I remember when I finished writing it, I read it back, and it like kind of overcame me with emotion, like almost as if I had nothing to do with writing it at all. I was just reading. It was like a canvas, and I was just reading it back. I mean, that probably sounds crazy to an unbeliever, but I mean that was real, And I remember I could not fit any music to it. Nothing fit. I kept trying to. It's like trying to put something in a square peg, and you got a circle, and it didn't fit. And then one day, we're at bio practice back. This is back when we did our first album, and this guy was playing this riff in his gym, and I was like, and it just hit me. I knew it instantly. I was like, wait a minute, hold that, don't forget that riff. I'll be right back. I ran upstairs. I was like, where is it? Where is it? And I'm in the vault looking for that old piece of paper that I wrote that on. Ran downstairs. I said, play that again. He started playing it, and I just started, the lyrics start flowing. Oh. So it's kind of funny. It's almost like God knew that song was going to exist, like 10 years from now. It's going to be that, but why he chose to write the words then, I don't know, but it's like
so that it would give him glory. That's why, because the song "Fallen Angel" from our third album, I sat down originally to make that a heavy butt kicker. 6 attempts later, it ends up being like a ballad.
Yeah,
but it came out so good. See, he knows what he's doing.
Well, lean not on your own understanding, right?
Yep.
Yeah,
absolutely.
He's always a million steps ahead of you. So
big time. Even if he's only one step ahead of me, he knows what he's doing more than I do.
That's right. Yep, absolutely. Yeah, I apologize for the technical difficulties, guys.
Oh, no,
that's okay. Because the beauty of the beauty of YouTube is that when this goes up to YouTube, I can edit all that right out, and
There
no
you
one will
go.
even know that we had a problem.
But we had a good conversation though, so you don't want to cut that out.
Yeah, I'll leave that in, but I'll cut out. I'll edit it out so it looks like we just took a little break real quick and then come back. So,
Some will know.
but the live version is on our regular YouTube. It's
Right.
on our
Facebook.
Road Let Traveled YouTube channel.
Okay.
RLT Live has the live versions of everything. So if you
Well,
want
to anyone who's watching live, I apologize for the little mishaps there.
no worries. That's we know when we do live, anything can happen. That's kind of the fun of it.
That's true.
It's all
Risk
good,
takers.
Yep.
It's all
We're
good.
trailblazers in this world.
If you would have seen some of our first episodes when we were trying to
Oh
get
my.
YouTube, Facebook live to work, and sometimes it took us 6 tries before we could even get the show rolling. It was a kind of a comedy show. So
Oh boy.
yeah, so it's all good, man. So we're about running out of time. We got about 3 minutes left, 2 minutes left. If I want to buy some of your music, where do I go?
Go to what's Rox's page.
So
I always send people to roxrecords.com.
Yeah, I mean, there you can find other places too, Amazon and all that. But
Yep.
if you go straight to the source, I think they like that when you buy from them. So you'll definitely find it all there. Even Rise of the Phoenix was on a different record label, but I believe he has some of those too. So
Okay.
There is Bill Rock's page
there you go
on Facebook, and that'll give you links and stuff too.
Yeah.
And you can find music for almost all of our guests that we've had on. You can find their music at Rocks in some form or another.
Or Girder.
Yeah. So, any parting words you want to leave for the audience, Chaz, before we sign off tonight?
Just stay strong, and I know sometimes it's hard to get through the day. Every now and then, we're all war torn, and all that over the years. But stay strong. God has a purpose, and stay sensitive to His voice and what He's calling you to do. Sometimes we miss out on opportunities to do what He wants us to do. And I believe that because I believe it's up to us to obey and do. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
It's kind of like how I personally kind of don't agree when people say, "Oh, don't worry about it. If it's meant to be, God will make it happen." Well, yeah, but we also got to do our part.
Yes.
Like God can steer you in a direction, but if you ignore that and you go left, you may not get you or someone else may not receive the blessing that was intended.
Exactly.
You feel what I'm saying? So I think I believe it works more that way. That's just what I think. So stay, in the know, stay sensitive to, to what God is telling you to do. And these are hard times, these are hard times for a lot of us in this financial world that we're in this dark world that we're in. It's just all of the above. But we're here for a reason. Yep. And, soldiers or whatever you want to call it. And just keep that in mind and, stay in love and don't get caught up in a bunch of silly arguments about things that don't need to be argued about when we need to be praying for people and we need to be praying for this world that we're in. That's how I feel. Yeah. I see a lot of people on internet arguing over, whether the I don't know, just something really silly, just and people, oh no, you're wrong. It's the Holy Grail's over here, non-believers see that, they see some of that silliness, you know what I mean? And we're flawed. We're humans. We know that, but and anyways, that's just my advice. Just keep your head up, stay in prayer, and remember we're stronger together. Where 2 or more are gathered in His name, there He will be also. So try not to be isolated too much. So We got this. We got this. Just stay in the war, man.
100%. Brian, any parting words?
A song came to my head from Petro when Chaz was talking, and it's the waters never part until our feet get wet.
That's right.
So throughout the Bible, yeah, God can do anything he wants, and he doesn't need us. But what he does is give us the opportunity for blessing. Because let's say Paul was an unbeliever, and I witness to him, and he comes to know the Lord. I didn't save him, but what I did was participate in what God was already going to do.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So there's a blessing there.
Right.
And
not
now,
only that,
and then we become together. You can form a great friendship through telling somebody about the Lord, because then they're grateful, and then they're telling somebody else. I mean, how do you think we got to where we are now from 12 people?
Right. Well, and if you witness to a person and they're just like, nah, they're just totally like, they're just not hearing you. 12 years from now, they might remember something you said, and that might, God might put
because it's
that
of
back
God.
in their ear. You never know when you're planting a seed. I mean, it's like,
Exactly.
we don't know what we're doing. We're just hearing what God is calling us to do. We don't know the full picture like God does.
Yep.
So,
plus, Chaz, you and I are going to die one day. You too, Paul. Not that you're going to live forever in this world, but we're making music. We're working on our 5th album. When I die, that music's still going to be out there.
that's right. Yeah.
So I'm like building a legacy, basically.
Yeah.
And that's what I want. Because after I'm done, I want the demons to still tremble at the word of God through my music.
There you go. Yeah.
Good deal. Good deal.
That's right.
All right. Well, Chaz, thanks so much for joining us tonight. Thanks for coming back on after the technical difficulties.
Yeah. Thanks for putting up with my silly difficulties there.
It happens, man. It's no big deal.
I told Paul, while he's gone, let's talk about him.
And tell him what I said.
He said, we can't talk bad about our guests.
The live feed now.
You can't say nothing bad about him anyway, so it wouldn't matter if we talked about him or not.
I'm like, dang it, you take all the fun out of it.
So, thanks for coming on. Thanks for enduring through with all the technical stuff, man. Excited about what you got coming out down the road. I'll post. I'll try to find that YouTube video. I'm the one, and put a link to it in the comment section for the show. And just thanks again. Thanks to everybody who chimed in on the comments and checked us out live tonight, and who finds us on whatever platform you're watching this recorded. Next week, Sunday, November 2nd, 7 p.m., we're going to have Rex Scott from X Center on. So we're excited about that. And we got some other exciting guests coming up for November and following. So be sure to stay tuned.
The 16th of November, we have the lead singer from Images of Eden, Gordon Titsworth.
Okay, and I think 2 weeks from then, we have Les and Joyce Carlson on.
The 23rd.
Nice.
23rd. Yeah. So their new album should be coming out right around that same.
And they asked to come back, so it's their fault.
Yeah. So
did you guys hear my cover of America by Bloodgood from Vultures?
Yes, I did.
Yeah. If you haven't heard of Paul, check it out.
I will definitely check it out.
But that project's called Vultures Gathering. It was kind of a one-off, group that I did with some other guys.
I think you sent that to me. So is that somewhere on YouTube now?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
All right. So I'll definitely check that out too. Well, thanks again. Thank you, Chaz. Thank you, Brian. Thank you, everyone, for being with us tonight. And we'll see you again next week. God bless y'all.
God bless. Good night.
See you guys.